Hello fellow streamers, my name is Neverwho and this is episode 2 of LioranBoard tutorial series. And in this episode we are going to talk about new feature that was added in version 1.35 of LioranBoard, and it's called stacks. So what are those stacks we are talking about? Well, if you have anything to do with programming, then think of stacks as of arrays. And if you have nothing to do with programming and have no idea what stacks are, don't worry, I'll explain it. So let's say you have a vertical bookshelf, right? With a bunch of books laying on top of each other inside of it. So you can take like book out, read it, put it back or throw it away. You can add new books or you can change order of books. Just, you can do regular stuff you can do with regular books. And to keep track of books, you number them from the very bottom to the very top. The bottom book is 0 and the top book is whatever the number of the top book is. And what does it mean? It means that basically each number indicates position of the book inside of the bookshelf. Following me? Right? Okay. And every book has a name, right? So what does that mean? It means that, let's say, book number 7 is Harry Potter. So position 7 of the bookshelf is going to be what? Right, Harry Potter. So each position of the bookshelf has a name of the book bound to it. And you can just ask someone to give you like book number 3, and you know that book number 3 is, I don't know, whatever, doesn't matter. So it works exactly the same way in LioranBoard. Stack is your virtual bookshelf. Data in stacks is your books. And you can put any information inside of those books. It can be source names, scene names, button IDs, viewer names, messages, text, whatever tickles your fancy. So basically, inside of each position of the stack, you have some kind of data. And you can get and do whatever you can do with books. You can do the same with that data. You can pull it, read it, put it back, or throw it away. You can change order of those positions just like that. So this is relatively simple concept, isn't it? But it opens a whole world of new possibilities. So let's talk about that, shall we? Okay, and as a first example of using stacks, we are going to recreate our random meme button, but with actually using stacks. So to recall a bit, we have 4 buttons set up already that do
Oh shit, here we go again.
Something like this. They have GIFs and sounds assigned to them, and in order to play a meme, we just need to press that button, or we can trigger that button by its ID. Alright, so what do? We need to create new button. Let's call it memes, just why not? And we'll be adding some commands to it. So what we are going to do, we are going to create a stack that will contain IDs of those 4 buttons. So we can pull one of them later and trigger that button. Okay. So in order to create our stack, there is only one command that creates stacks, and it's stack add this one. So stack name is what stack we are going to save this data. Okay. Let's call it memes stack. Let's do it meme stack. Sounds better. Value is actually what data we are going to save to this stack. And position is where we're going to put the data. So let's say if you choose top, we are just going to be stacking it upon each other and not moving anything else inside of the stack. That's what we're going to do. And so in order to add something, we need to go check what IDs of those numbers are. So it's going to be 722, 739, 738, and 740. So let's go back to the button and edit commands. As we're going to have 4 of those, we need to add 3 more. So value going to be 722, 738, 739, and 740. Real, true, 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 true. So if you want to save text, like a string of text, you set those things to false. True means that it's just a number, okay? Okay. So basically, we've just added 4 pieces of data to our stack. So in order, as you can see, we don't have any stacks yet. So in order to create our stack, we need to actually press that button. Watch. Here we go. We've just added a new stack. And if we type the exact name of that stack here, we'll see the content of that stack. So we have 4 IDs. Okay? Okay. So what do we want to do next? We want to create a new button. Let's call it random. And let's add commands to it. So what command are we going to add? We're going to add stack random. Where is it? Here we go. So what does this command do? It pulls a random position out of the stack, reads it, and saves the value. So stack name is where we're going to be pulling out of. So this is going to be meme stack. Value name is to what variable we are going to save what we just pulled. Okay? So this is going to be button ID. Okay? Okay. And position is what position that data was in. We will need this a little bit later, so let's name it right now and let's call it same. Let's call it same. You'll see why we need it later. So we just pulled our button ID. So what we need to do next, we need to add button trigger button command. And button ID is going to be variable that is called button ID. Queuable false. And let's go see if it works. Okay, we pressed the button and we got some kind of other button triggered.
Oh shit. Here we go
Here we
again.
go. We pressed the same button and a different button was triggered. As you can see, it does generate random. Well, it's not generating, it's just pulling a random button ID and pressing that button a little bit later. But pretty much the same as in previous video example, it can just repeat itself. So 2 memes can be just the same in a raw. So we need to prevent that. How do we do this? Do you remember this value position? So if we pull the same value position twice, it's going to be the same meme. And we don't want that. So what do we need to do? We need to save that value that we pulled, the position, so we can compare to it later. So let's go previous is equal to the same. This is our variable here. And so it doesn't get saved right away when I press the button. Let's add a little delay so we have time to compare those. And what we do next is pretty much the same as we did previously. So we do redo if, and we compare the position that we pulled right now, which is same, and if it's equal to previous position, which is called previous, then we're going to repeat one step, self false. And then we add another command, which is repeat previous. So we're going to be repeating 1 time, 2 steps. So it's going to be previous. So it's going to be compare, redo if, and stack random. So how does this work? Let me explain it again. We generate random button ID. We pull random button ID and we pull its position. So let's say it's 1. Well, then we compare to the previous position. And if it's still 1, we're going to just redo the random generation. Cool? Cool. So yeah, this is how easy it is now to do actual random buttons. But you can do a lot more with stacks, like a lot more. So, okay, let me show you an example of how stacks are used. So this is a one-button giveaway script. I'm gonna call that script because that's just a sequence of commands. And this is how it works. So let's say you want to start a giveaway for like 2 minutes, where this 2 minutes is when people can enter the giveaway. So you type start 100. Well, actually, I don't want to wait for 2 minutes, so let's make it 30 seconds. So as you can see, we have now time ticking down and progress bar going down. So in order to enter, people type enter in chat. And as you can see, we have one person participating. And if that person wants to enter again, he won't be able because he's already in. And after that, when time goes to 0, the random viewer gonna be assigned a winner. Just like that. Pretty cool, right? Yeah, pretty cool, I think. So another example I've made is actually queuable song requests. So you have this point redemption thingy, and if someone redeems that with the YouTube link, let's do that. This link is going to get queued for the playback. So let's queue several videos. Let me copy the URL of the video. Let's redeem another one. So let's say we have 2 videos in a queue. When we press next button, we're gonna play the video. And when we press button next, we're gonna play next video. And when there are no songs to play, we're gonna get queue is empty in the chat. So I think that's another pretty good use of stacks. So if you have other ideas of how to use stacks, just write it down in the comment section below, so we can discuss that and maybe do something awesome together. And if you have any questions, suggestions regarding LioranBoard, feel free to drop in LioranBoard's Discord server. Link is going to be in the description below. So that's going to be it for today. So thank you very much for... Wait. Shameless self-promotion time. If you want to catch me live, does a follow to your streamer. I stream mostly on weekends, so yeah. And thank you once again very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.